Welcome. I can't believe it. I'm saying out, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy X. It's been literally a year, an entire year, since I last recorded or even played this game. I hate you, capture card so much. Using the old capture card again after all this time, and I'm just like, I remember why I didn't like using it now. It's faulty as shit. It kept crashing over and 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 over again. It's just like, I don't know. It's like part of me just like, just use the better capture card. It's just like, because the idea I've got for this right now is still got that freaking horrible freaking optional super boss, which I'm going to take on again in this. This might be the only part I record for this year, I guess, possibly. I just feel like, you know, it has to have at least one part, you know, this year. I mean, I'm just thinking ahead for the New Year montage. It's now the 13th of December. It's like I can't have the New Year montage about Final Fantasy X if it's still not completed yet. It's become a staple of that. How many bloody years has this LP been going on for? Well, the idea is, and this, I mean, because it's been like a year since I last played the game, I'm probably not going to be able to defeat Penance in this video, but I'll try. Because essentially, at this point, I'm like, you know what? Either I kick his ass legitimately, you know, properly in a really hard-fought battle, which I can't imagine happening, which is why why I still feel like using the old capture card, because as much of a pain in the ass it is, I feel like, you know, the idea is if I like go with plan A and fight Penance repeatedly until I win at some point, maybe, the idea is to just record every now and then for it. I think it's crashed. Just looking at the TV, it says Final Fantasy X. On the capture card, it's just saying FFX. For fuck's sake. But that aside, the reason... I mean, I'm gonna have to stop recording and freaking hit record button again because it's fucking clearly crashed. But the idea is for plan A, you know, record every now and then when I can be asked without adding commentary and just fight Penance. And hopefully at some point while doing that, maybe I'll win. And then I just add in the post commentary over and be like, yeah, victory! But the reason I pick this shitty old capture card for that would be because I feel like it takes up a lot more space if it were the new capture card, the better one, you know. With this one, it's just be like, if I fail to defeat him in a recording, I guess be like, just delete the recording and be done with that, and then try again another time. While with the newer capture card, it takes up considerably more chunks of space at any given time. Could do the same thing there, but it would just be a pain in the ass. I mean, there's a pain in the ass with this capture card because, you know, it's freaking unreliable. It's crashed and everything, you know. So that's plan A. I will go over plan B when I hit the record button again. Hopefully it doesn't freaking crash completely, because that annoys the shit out of me. But yeah, I'll be right back. Alright, fuck you, capture card. It crashed completely. It kept doing that, so I was like, I had to forcibly close it with Task Manager. But when it shows it's not responding because I tried to close it manually, then even that doesn't freaking close it, and that's just bullshit. So plan B, as I was saying, you know, is to use your Jimbo to hopefully one-shot the final boss. I can't even remember what I was doing last time I played this game last year. It's probably... yeah, it's probably just level grinding, although there's not really much to say level grinding here, really, is there? It's more of stats. What are your different stats? You've got maximum strength, defense, magic defense. I mean, even with all that, I still can't get through Penance. It goes to show how bullshit the freaking super optional boss is in this game. I mean, everyone's overpowered. I mean, look at Yuna, man. She is freaking decked out with stats. Other than luck and accuracy, I guess. Everything is perfect. It's insane. Everyone's super overpowered and we still can't freaking get through Penance. It's bullshit. Absolute bullshit. I mean, it's not just down to strategy, really. It's down to luck. So it's kind of fitting to have the luck stat, really, isn't it? It's because, you know, the trouble with these super bosses is they hit hard, they hit a lot, and they've got a monstrous amount of HP. So it takes forever, and you're more likely to get killed every other turn, regardless of stats, because bullshit difficulty. I've defeated the super bosses in Final Fantasy 8 and 9, but this one is freaking hell. I mean, I defeated all the other Dark Aeons. I never was able to do that back in the day. What am I doing? I forget. I can barely even remember how this game plays. If I recall, I remember now. It's slowly coming back to me. If I remember the mix thing I kept doing, because you die otherwise.
We're counting on you, kid.
Yeah, it's been ages since I played the PlayStation 2. Last time I played it was when I played this game, and that was a year ago.
Yeah, here we go!
Into hell we go, everyone, and have a nice stay there. Penance, you piece of shit. I'll try strategy A and then strategy B. If neither of these strategies work in this part, which I highly doubt they will, then I'll go with the idea that I had in mind, where off-screen fight him, but record him at the same time, and if I'm unable to defeat him, just leave it as that, instead of having too many multiple parts of just the same fight, you know. That's generally the idea I'm going for. Because this fight, it's horrible. It never ends. That reminds me, what was it that reminded me of that freaking, that Loverina from Pokemon Next to the Gate of Darkness, in that freaking Coliseum, with the fight that never ends, the fight that never really ends, it can go on forever. There was another game this way. Oh yeah, Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth. There's like a Coliseum, right? It's always a fucking Coliseum that I think about, the most bullshit things in RPGs. But anyways, I got to the end of the either Legendary, I think it was called Legendary. And like, before all that, everything was easy in the Coliseum, and then suddenly you throw a lot of tough shit. And then like, at the end, these free freaking holy vaccine Digimon that heal all the goddamn time, and they're fast as shit, they have loads of turns, and it was truly a fight that I couldn't win, and it just went on forever, even when I was like, fucking just through the fight, more or less. It's like, okay, you defeat my Digimon, I don't care. They still took their freaking time doing that. It's like Loverina. Anyways, this is a fight that never ends either. What should I do? What should I do? I can't remember things. I know none of that'll do anything. There was in fact a hit all. Yeah. Okay, gotta get rid of the button inputs. It's been a long time, so I can't remember them. Not that I was all that good at them even when I did, you know? Ready? Got it. Boom! No, no, no. Why did I go to the right and not the left? Am I thinking of a different game? I think I'm thinking Digimon now. Would it just like, oh, press there to get to attack? It's like, again, my game's mixed up here. It's attack wheels, right? Yeah! It's some of this! You know, I keep, like, every time I'm, like, thinking of Penance's name, the name of the boss here, I keep thinking of Nemesis. Now that I've played through Resident Evil 3, that's all I can think of there, because this is the true Nemesis here. This battle has been a year overdue. And even back when I was originally fighting this guy, it was still a fight that never ends. I can't remember what the freaking combination was. It was like something super awesome. I think it might have been Kraken. And what is it? Is it Amulets? Might have been. Yeah, that's the stuff. Hyper Mighty G returns. Oh, this is really gonna do anything, really, is it? Well, quick hit could be useful. Obliteration got way too much HP. Look at that. Look how much freaking health we lost there. And that's just... Oh yeah, that's what I remember now. I remember what I was doing when I was playing this a year ago. I was trying to, well, farm dark matter, which is freaking really time consuming. Especially since I need 99 to form that ability to your equipment that makes you immune to all status bullshit. Because that's kind of needed. And only a few characters have that abilities with their equipment. Yeah, it's a bitch, you know. Fuck you! We would do max damage, but it's no good because there's just too much HP. I mean, see, this is exactly why I need that equipment, but I can't get it because it's just impossible. It's bullshit. I hate you, Penance. I keep wanting to say Nemesis. This boss is just impossible. I mean, I don't think it's actually impossible, because obviously people have defeated Penance. But it's not exactly, you know, easy. It feels more like... I mean, look, he just regenerated like it's nothing, and then he's like, oh, I get an extra turn as well. Why is there so many RPGs that have bullshit super bosses? It's freaking annoying. Auto life doesn't really heal you by all that much, does it? We're gonna die. Over and over and over. He gets a turn, of course. This is exactly like that fight I was just talking about. Look, he's already regenerated everything. This is it's exact like I was saying, that Digimon thing, right? It was pretty much the exact same thing. Boss, the enemy got many turns, way more turns than should be possible. And kept healing, regenerating, and then occasionally with hits. The only trouble is, the difference here is, this fucker hits a lot harder than those Digimon did, that's for damn sure. I need to de-spell him. I keep doing that every time. I do remember, you know, the whole D-spell trick, so there's that at least. Can't have you regenerating your million freaking God knows how many HP. I'm pretty sure he does have quite a bit over 1,000,000 HP. Let's mix some shit together. We got plenty of these. That's what I was also farming, I remember. The amulets from one themed in the arena. That's pretty easy to defeat when you're this powerful, you know? He drops amulets, so it's useful. But we're gonna die again. Hooray. Yeah, this is fair, right? This is totally a fair fight. You saw the stats, man. You saw the stats. My stats are freaking maxed out and I'm still getting absolutely destroyed every freaking time. It's bollocks. I'm just a regular summon spread. Let's try Plan B. Plan B is pretty much just like rolling some dice, really, isn't it? It's like, will your Jumbo use the one-hit KO move, or will he not? Probably not. And I hear that this boss has 2 phases anyway, so I don't think you can even, like, rely on your Jumbo twice. I don't know. I don't like this fight at all. It's no wonder I've been putting on hold for so damn long. Man, I didn't order you to attack. There you go, Jumbo, oh. Well, so much for that plan, right? He just comes in, uses an attack without getting paid. I didn't even get time to pay him or anything. He's just like, I'm here. And then he's like, oh, I'm not here now. I'm dead. This fight is bullshit. We die every time. Phoenix down. Phoenix down. Everyone's dead. Well, not yet, but... well, he's dead. Phoenix down. And she's dead. Phoenix down. That's a useful ability, but it doesn't really do much when they keep knocking us down every turn, you know. What a bastard. Have I got anything that can, like, go over this? Yes, go around here. Yeah, it seems to be more or less the case, doesn't it? I'm pretty sure there was another one that cures all of them, but it doesn't do that much. Phoenix down! And what? Every time you get knocked down and then get back up, you get knocked back further in place. So you don't get a turn. It's freaking just... I hate it. I bet he's gonna use Obliterate because he's freaking Exodion steroids. Yep. Maybe this boss really is. He's just Exodia. Instead of like having 5 limbs, 5 different cards, it's just 3 of them. Phoenix down. Phoenix down. I'm not gonna get a turn, am I? Yeah, as if you need all that stat buff shit. Oh yeah, that was another thing in that Digimon fight that I forgot to mention. They kept freaking spamming buffs and shit as well. What is with RPGs and stuff like that, you know? It makes the boss fights challenging, you know, but not in like a fair way. It's more of a bullshit way. It's the equivalent of the boss having access to all, like, you know, like, what would it even be called? Like, this big Skyrim on PC, the PC version which I've never played. Just like, oh, you open the console and you just like be like, typing that and that character's dead. Yeah. It's like that. He's got access to shit like that. This boss is cheating. It's not fair. 2 hacks. I don't even know why I bother. Phoenix down. I feel like your Jimbo's the only way to go about this, but your Jimbo's kind of dead. And you can't revive Aeons in battle, so it's kind of shit, and he's slowed us down because he's a complete bell-ended bastard. Man, did you see that though? You saw the list of the characters, right? And it's like, still, barely any of them. I mean, they still got 3 turns for this asshole before we get another shot. It's not fair. It's not fair, game. I don't care if this is the super ultimate boss or anything. There's still gotta be some element that it's not cheap for the sake of being cheap. Why? It's like, oh, how to make a challenging boss in an RPG. Just make it spam buffs and have a ridiculous amount of health and hit really hard. That's bullshit if you ask me. We dead yet? No. Phoenix down. Phoenix down. Rico always takes a while to get back up. And Yuna's the one who get knocked down now. So we may be close to the end of this fight. Probably. Possibly. Yep, Yuna's down. Waka's down. Riku's down. All that was just a pimp slap of the freaking arm there. And that goes to show how cheap this boss is. When we got like maxed out stats and it's still pretty much useless. Because you just gotta freaking spam the same shit over and over again, much like him. And hope for the best, more or less. Because it's just a long fight that draws on, seemingly forever. I've not actually seen videos of people defeating Penance, but I've seen like thumbnail and time for videos of people fighting Penance, and at minimum they'd be like 30 minutes long. At bare minimum, so it's not exactly a fight you can win in seconds. Unless you're using your Jimbo, I guess, and somehow succeed in that, which I didn't. But before I wrap this bullshit up, I'll give you one more shot. Go right in there using your Jimbo and maybe we'll luck out. I doubt it. I highly doubt it. Because it's just got an obscene amount of health. It's got his buddies with his arms. And his arms regenerate. But you gotta take them down as well every now and then. Because otherwise it's just gonna get too many turns. His arms are gonna buff him. They're gonna give him Mighty God. They're gonna give him freaking regen. And it's just gonna go on forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. And this fight is just fucking bullshit. Seriously. Who designed this boss?
You're counting on me, kid. Yeah! Here we go!
We're going into the eye of the storm of Penance. Who shall now just be called Nemesis, because it really is Nemesis. You know what? It kind of is, really. Like in Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. Just would not stay down. His arms just keep coming back. Freaking bastards. This is the true freaking final boss here, because after we've done all this shit with this freaking boss, whether I succeed or not. Eventually it'll get around to, you know, taking on the final boss, and it'll be completely anticlimactic compared to this. I'm not gonna fight the final boss with this save file. I'm gonna go back to the older save file before I took on all the, you know, super dark aeons and all that. Because by that point, I'd be too overpowered and probably take down the final boss in one single turn. I mean, look how many turns we get there. Look at that shit. But as soon as he knocks you down and you just get revived, you don't get any turns anymore after that point. This is how bullshit it is. Fuck you! Grand summon your Jimbo and hope for the best. Hoping for the best but expecting the worst. Stop, you gotta drop the top. Wow. Well, Nemesis probably just gonna pimp slap your Jimbo and that'll be the end of that, I'd imagine. Okay, so I can pay you this time. I will pay you probably about as much HP as he's got, if not more or less, maybe. Please use the powerful move, please. That's not the powerful move, you cheap bastards! Knew he wouldn't use it. Jimbo, you suck. Trouble with your Jimbo, man. You gotta pay him well, and like, I think the trouble there was I paid him way too much. I think the idea is pay him a little more each time, and he'll gradually be like, okay, and then he'll use that much more often. But he just like jump the gun and be like, oh, here's $1 billion, whatever the currency of 510 is. Here's all that, and just like, that's obscene. I will use a weaker move instead of my best move, for no apparent reason. Oh, I hate this boss so much. So much that I don't even care. I mean, I spent a year away from this fight, man, for a reason. Because it was getting repetitive as hell, and I hated the level grinding. Because the level grinding was pointless because, I mean, look at this shit. You've got max stats for the most part, and it doesn't even matter. It's all down to the equipment as well, you know. Without the good equipment, well, even with the best equipment, you're still not gonna have much of a chance here. Because this fight is just impossible. Near impossible. Fuck you. And he just obliterates everything in his path. His hands do the buffs, and they slap him sometimes as well. And they hurt as much as obliterate. It's just not fair. Okay, I'm gonna switch out, bring in Riku. Do the whole mix shit. Lunar curtain here, and amulet here. It's like we pretty much have to have someone there that can heal, someone who can buff, and someone who can hit hard. Waka hits hard, Orin hits hard, but Orin doesn't hit multiple like Waka does, so Waka is kind of quiet here. It'd be like Tidus if he was, you know, stronger, I guess, which I think he is on max now. Would probably do well as well, so I might as well try that out if, you know, he don't die. Oh, you have other moves as well. Of course. See, this is why we need that other shit, you know? because this will freaking inflict you with all kind of status bullshit on top of the mega bullshit he's already got going. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, see, it's considerably weaker than Lock, so it's not as good. Eat this! Fuck you! The gravity-based shit as well. It's just bullshit. Everything this fucker's got is bullshit. It's like the ultimate. I mean, really, freaking Sinning got shit on this guy, you know? This thing is the true freaking. I don't even know. I mean, all the. Well. I don't know. I mean, when you really think about it, where the hell do these super bosses in the game come from anyway? It's like, they feel more like, well, if this was the final boss, I don't think as many people would have beat this game, I'd imagine. But this feels more like a ridiculously challenging boss than the final boss. The final boss is freaking easy to manage. And even with that being said, it's, final boss can still be tricky if you're not prepared. Just not on this kind of level. And he's like, oh, I see you're slowed down. Well, I'm going to slow you down some more. And here's a calamity for your problem. Now you can't. Well, what is even the point of using that and then bitch slap? I mean, seriously? How did that happen? You saw that? Use gravity magic. Isn't gravity magic supposed to take like quarter of your health or something like that? Not all of it. What was that bullshit? It's always Riku, isn't it? Always center the screen. Was she the center of the screen at the end of that first fight? Always the last to go down. Or maybe it's just because she's always in the middle. I know, but, yeah. To go back to the start of this part when I was rambling. Okay, so the idea is Plan A, fight. I keep wanting to say Nemesis, but it's Penance. Keep fighting Penance the normal way. Maybe grind some more shit with the freaking dark matter to get better equipment. I don't know, do much in the long run, but at least you can freaking get rid of all the other bullshit that he throws at you with Calamity and crap. So that's that. And then maybe increase their luck stats, because that's the only real stat they're not maxed out on for the most part. Other than accuracy, I guess, for you know. But you get the idea. Do all that shit the normal way, or B, try to take it down with your Jimbo. And hopefully your Jimbo take it down in one shot. Which is all down to chance, all down to luck. Either of these scenarios will be played out by just occasionally, whenever I feel up to, you know, just be like, today I feel like hitting a brick wall, let's fight Penance again. And then it'll hit the record button, won't have the commentary going on, anything like that. Just fight Nemesis. If I lose, it's like, well, I'm recording shit, and that's that. Rather than just being like, oh, next part, we'll just have that. And then the next part after that will have more of that, and the part after that. You get what I'm saying, essentially? I'll fight Nemesis, but Penance, I keep saying that, off-screen, but on-screen at the same time, if that makes sense, because I record, but if I don't defeat him, just like screw it, just delete the recording, and start over at some other point, essentially. That's the plan, until I eventually either A, defeat that son of a bitch, or B, just go, fuck it, and just continue on with the plots. What little plot there is left in the game. Plot that's, you'd be like, where was the plot? It's been a year since you played the game, and even when you played the game, you focused on the Dark Aeons. What was the plot again? And to that, I have an answer. essentially what I plan to do, regardless, like before taking on the final boss, I want to have like a kind of montage part to like kind of like, you know, get us all up to date on how the plot started and where we are now. And I thought about it, and I was like, if I did that, that would freaking take hours. And then I thought, you know what, I could do it this way. With how many times Final Fantasy X appears in the New Year video montages that I do, I could just use the clips I use there with the music and have that tell the story instead. Because every time I do the New Year montage these days, if it's a story-based game, I will like put in key points in the plot within the montage. You won't actually hear the game audio or anything, you'll just hear my music that I play. But you'll have that, so you'll see the plot playing out to where it is now up to this point. You know? That's essentially the idea for that. But that's only after A, I defeat Penance, or B, say fuck Penance and go on to the final boss. Maybe. I don't know. I really do just... It's just... I'm just conflicted on that. It's like, I want to either defeat Penance before the final boss, or maybe try to defeat Penance after the final boss. Honestly, it would have made more sense to do it after the final boss. I mean, it feels like going with all the side quests and all that with the Dark Aeons and Penance. I feel like I should have just got the main story over with, defeat the final boss, done all that, got the ending, and then continue on from there. It would have made more sense, had a more natural flow, but what can you do? So, I guess I'll see you next time, whenever the hell and whatever the hell the next part will be. I don't know, I have no idea. Hopefully it won't be a year long from it, you know, because it's a pain in the ass. I just don't really have much motivation to take on Penance, you know, because he's kind of an arsehole. A bigger arsehole than Nemesis. He's the true Nemesis. Anyways, I'm just rambling on here. So, see you next time, viewers, whenever that'll be, for this LP, because this LP is a pain in the ass at this point. Not just because of the capture card, but because Penance is the freaking... I mean, has there ever been in any Final Fantasy game a boss as bullshit as Penance? It's just ridiculous. Maxed out stats, good equipment, and it's still no good because it's got too much HP, too many turns, regeneration. It's got everything that's bullshit. It's pretty much like, it's like, how should we make our super boss? It's like, let's take all the worst traits in turn-based RPGs, or RPGs in general, you know, when it comes to bosses, put all that shit together and form one super boss. It's just like, Jesus Christ, man. It's literally the worst of the worst. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Well, see you next time, viewers. See you next time.